Undefeated.
Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome to another episode of the Undefeated podcast.
All right. Oh, that's not what I do here.
No, it's not.
That's no idea here.
Pattern up, bro. That's how long we've been away.
What's that?
I said that's how long we've been away. Yeah.
Yeah. So the only podcast. The only podcast for the views.
200 people fighters chatting it up. Guys, let's apologize for the delay in these pods.
Yeah.
We've just been like, it's so mad how it's worked out, because it's like, obviously we're still being able to do the other pods, but in the daytime where we normally allocate time for these pods, it's been absolute madness. Me being on tour certain days.
Yeah.
And then
I'm everywhere.
Obviously filming.
I'm everywhere. So
we've definitely got a call, but that's not going to be the case going forward. So just to let you know that we're back in
business, back locked in, engaged, ready to go. Man, even forgot the intro, fam. That's how you know. That's a big sign, bro.
Crazy. You know what that is? That's first round getting clipped by a young Dubois, fam. That would never happen any other time, fam.
Nah, you know what? When you realize that Dubois is Dubois, there's no point trying to break it down or discuss it or really understand where we are in this life, bro. That's Dubois, fam. And certain times you get clipped and you just learn about your life.
So Dubois is the new meaning. That's a street term now, where the unthinkable happens.
What? I got the word. Yeah, the unthinkable, fam.
Actually,
let's not waste time. We might as well just get into the.
Let's go straight in.
Brother, this is what I'm saying now. The question is, should AJ take the rematch? That's the question. Let me just start because I already know we're on different pages, but it's okay. I don't want AJ to take this fight. And I have my reasons. You know, the name of the title of the show is AJ 3.0, but 3.0 for what aim? To achieve what? To get to where? You know, I saw the fight against Dubois, and I was proud of AJ in terms of he showed his chin, went out on his shield, and came up against the better man. You know, but then there's things that AJ has to fix or get right, which I feel AJ should have got those things right before. AJ doesn't need to he can't freshly learn. Keep your hands up. You know to do that. AJ doesn't have to learn. Don't underestimate your opponent. AJ, you've been beaten before. You know not to do that. You've been beaten by Ruiz. You've been beaten by Usyk. Ruiz was the one that was the wolf in sheep's clothing that surprised you. From that shouldn't happen again. That shouldn't be the Then we talk about preparation. The time that you get to the mistakes and just there was so many things from AJ that said, you know, wow, great. I respect what you've achieved in the game, brother. Well, there's nothing left to prove. Go on. You got your amazing stable in terms of your business outside when you're promoting these fighters. Get into your promoter bag. Get into your Mayweather bag. You've held 2 world titles. It's cool. It is cool. Like right now, yes, you didn't want to go out like that, but some of the greatest still can go out like that. How have you carried British boxing or taken boxing, made it interesting again? Absolutely. But then it's just, I don't believe he's had 2 shots at Usyk. I don't believe he beats Usyk. I don't know if he can get this Dubois work done. Well, what are we fighting for? Unless we're saying, listen, I want to take more money from the game, but you can still make money in boxing without having to put yourself on the line. The floor's yours.
I'm genuinely surprised that this is your take.
Why?
Like, retire.
What's he got to prove?
Yeah? No, it's not about what he's got to prove, bro. What does anybody have to prove? So should a football player could just retire at 27 because money's good?
It's not football.
I'm saying, okay, cool. So an accomplished football player should retire at 27 because there's nothing left to prove. You've won the Champions League, you've won this, you got the Ballon d'Or. Get out of the game at 27.
Varane, just perfect example. Varane, Just retired. How old is Rafael Varane? Rafael Varane's in his 30s. Let's look, Varane age. Let's go. Varane age 31 years old. Unheard of. Unheard of. By the injuries, his body's saying, I can't do what
That's
I
not
used
what I said.
No, but I'm
That's not
saying
what I said.
no, because I'm saying the equivalent is retire because you can't do what you need to do. I don't believe.
No. Losing doesn't mean you can't do what you need to do.
So what is it? What is it?
Losing doesn't mean that. Losing doesn't mean that. Because some man didn't win a Champions League. Thierry didn't win a Champions League. Well, because he couldn't do what he needed to do. He lost.
No, but I'm talking about that. You said someone that's won before. I'm talking about when you bought into the football terms.
But you didn't give me an equivalent of a 27-year-old who's still young and ready to go.
No, because
what done everything. You should just walk away now because you've got nothing else to do.
That is a great equivalent. I'm talking about someone that is incredibly decorated. Yeah. That's one. Wait, hold on. I'm talking about someone that's won multiple Champions Leagues, and he shouldn't. No one retires at the age of 31, considering who this person is. But
his
guess what?
Broken down though. His body's broken down.
And there we go. I'm saying what the next part that you're saying is I don't believe AJ rises to beating Usyk. I don't believe that. I don't believe.
But this ain't about Usyk.
But it's about the road is. He said the road is to undisputed. He said I'm back on this road to get there. Not saying I look past Dubois, but he's always talking about while I have this belt. This belt it's not really. It's valid-ish, but it's not really valid. My thing is him. My journey is him. And guess what? We got stopped. This was not the end goal. We was never doing this for this. This guy this is another drop in. This is another hole that's messed up the thing.
Yeah, it has, but it's a loss and it's boxing. The fact is, we're not dealing with a fighter who is shot to bits. There's a big difference, yeah? Because when David Haye lost to Bellew, we were seeing this is a man whose body's breaking down right in front of us, yeah? In the first fight, body broke down. The hopeful in me said if the ankle was good, he still wins. And I'm pretty sure that if that was the case, he does still win. Yeah. Going to the second fight, the body has completely changed. We are now looking at the shell of a fighter. And as a fan, it's heartbreaking because it's like, oh, man, he ain't supposed to be losing to a man like this. What happened with AJ was not that moment where it's a case of he's done. He's scared to punch. He's scared to get hit. You see what shot fighters' first sign is? They don't throw punches. Because the risk attached to throwing punches, that means you're going to get hit. We didn't see that with AJ. What we saw with AJ was a man who underestimated the guy who was in front of him, either in preparation in the camp, either on the night, or just somehow being too confident in the fact that, you know what, my power is crazy. I'm going to do him. Either one of those mindsets amounted to what took place in there. And on top of that, that big right hand in the first round that landed does that to most of these other heavyweights. Yeah, I'm not limiting that to the top 10, top 5. Most of these men in that weight division.
But most of the heavyweights in their game, with the experience that AJ's had, put himself in a position that he got himself into? Because AJ did himself.
How many times has Tyson Fury been knocked down by lesser than worthy man? But you're not going to say that he don't have to.
No, but AJ knew how this guy was going to start. Bro, AJ knew he was going to start.
What data does he have to know that? No one knew that Dubois would start fast because he's always starts slow. But on this night, he shows up 100 miles an hour straight out the gate. You can't.
But when you did, I'm with you. But when yourself using your words against you, bro, when you spoke about how does Dubois win, he has to get out fast. He has to get out the traps and bully before. So if everyone knows this is the best weight, this is the best route to victory, how can AJ not be prepared for these are going to start? He's going to start quick. I don't know why you're shaking your head. That don't make no sense. It's clearly obvious that someone like Dubois, he's gonna in the late rounds. Dubois in trouble. Dubois hasn't. How many late rounds has Dubois had?
Doesn't make sense. What you're saying doesn't make sense. You asked me what the best way for Dubois to win. Start fast. If he's never started fast and he doesn't start fast, what difference does that make, bro? So
AJ shouldn't have been prepared. That no one in AJ
has been prepared. I'm not saying he shouldn't be prepared, but you're saying at me in the comfort of a man who watches the boxing. I'm not talking.
I'm talking about AJ. AJ's team should understand he's gonna come out the blocks. Yes, he doesn't start fast in other fights, but this ain't other fights. This is AJ at Wembley. This is the biggest night of his life. What do you think we're gonna get? What are we preparing for? If we're saying we're preparing for that fight and we're preparing for whatever he's got to bring, and we kind of know what he's going to do, we know this fighter, then to not even have in your mind, especially working with someone that's worked with you in the past, said he's got data on you, and says he understands the makeup of what you don't like. Of course, I should be prepared. What we saw was a failure to prepare. But I'm saying a failure to prepare, AJ, and failure to prepare because even from the no Gallagher entrance, entering the ring at that moment makes no sense. Not having your hands up makes no sense. Not knowing he's gonna come out like a house on fire in the first round makes no sense. And I'm saying you're too experienced to make those mistakes.
No, 100%. Minus the Dubois rushing out the gates thing. You can't predict a fighter's going to do something he's never done before. No one's going to predict that. Prepare for it. Yeah, absolutely. But to be acting like everyone should have just known, that's hindsight talking. You can't do that. We watch him against Hrgovic, yeah? Supposed to be one of his best performances. Come out and eat every right hand that was available.
Yes.
All of that data. Yeah, because obviously, if Ben Davison is who Don Charles says he is, and he studies tape, then man watched that performance and said, "We're going to be able to establish ourselves and working after." You understand? They're going to come in on a pace where who's going to transform into a different fighter in one camp? Hardly anybody. So what Dubois and them man did over there was impressive. But to now be like AJ should retire because he should have known that. If you don't know that at this level, get out of the game. That's ridiculous to have as a take.
But then but I hear what you're saying, but then we can't, you know, when you have certain L's, yeah, margin for error, you have to understand it. The risk of error is too mad. And AJ's had the risk of the error. It's not someone that hasn't experienced it. He's experienced it. He's well versed in what the thing looks like. Now, AJ, all the memes and everything that's happened and how he's been looked at from people that he thought had his back and stuff. AJ's that's not a new experience to AJ. He knows how people talk about him. So that's my thing is, how do you not go from that learning and say, well, I can't allow this to play itself again, to underestimate. Go ahead.
This is top level heavyweight boxing. Yeah.
Yes.
Big shots land and big shots change careers all the time. So let's go back to someone that we unanimously respect on this pod, Lennox Lewis. Yeah.
Yes.
When Lennox fought Oliver McCall in '94, he got stopped in that one. Yeah.
Yes.
That's right. He got knocked down, couldn't get up, wasn't fit to continue, and that was that. Right. Over. Early. Yeah. Went around the houses, changed trainer, went to Emmanuel Stewart. The rebuild was on its way. Got the rematch over Oliver McCall after a few fights. Got that done. Beat Tommy Morrison on the way to that. Beat Galata, Shannon Briggs, Evander Holyfield. The 2 fights.
Really lovely names.
Beat David Tua. Yeah. Lots of fantastic things happened on that journey. At that point,
lovely names as well.
Listen to me. Listen, bro. At that point, Lennox is who Lennox is. Yeah. After the 2 Holyfield fights, then what happens? Hasim Ratman comes, knocks him spark out. This is the Lennox that's supposed to know all of these things you're saying, right? This is the man who's already experienced the upset defeat that he ain't supposed to lose. He's already experienced that against Oliver McCall. He's gone around. He's done the big route. I'm Lennox now, bro. And he got caught with a shot and he went. Now, in that fight, he was lethargic as ever. Didn't look like Lennox. I will never forget my dad screaming at the TV for Lennox to wake up because he's not taking it serious. And he gets caught and the fight is over and he loses his belt. Everything you said just now about what AJ should know and should be aware of in this fight, that played out with Lennox. And Lennox was older. Lennox was older than AJ was when that fight happened.
Brilliant. So my turn, yeah? Let's go into this. So when Lennox did that, he was and is this the same time when he starts filming in that show? He's in that amazing movie and stuff.
That's right.
This is what I'm saying. So Lennox won 13 or 14 fights, yeah? Lennox went on that journey and then he went into movies. He thought, I'm blessed. He is over, like, It's cockiness, really. Like he got cocky. If you can break it down and say it's not.
So he underestimated. He underestimated
No,
Hassan Ratman.
he underestimated Rackman. But then this is someone that's on a 14, on a 12 or 14 win streak before this moment. What AJ goes through is let's quickly go back and look at the record. AJ loses to Alexander Usyk.
No,
Hold on.
You're making it about other things.
Hear me out, though. Hear me out. AJ loses to Alexander Usyk twice, yeah? And now he understands we're in the rebuild. He's in a different part of his brain to where Lennox was. It's not Lennox knows I'm the guy. Yes, I had that Oliver McCall night. And I had a friend that was there sitting ringside. He couldn't believe what was going on that fight. But then that is his blip. Yeah, and he goes on and dominates. Now, AJ, his situation is, well, I lose, then I have to fight Jermaine Franklin, which is, remember, I'm building myself up for the massive day out. I fight Jermaine Franklin because he puts on a good performance against Dillian. My next fight is Robert Helenius. Yeah, it's still not. This is prep, but it's still not the top level prep, but it's good. We'll take it. Then he fights Otto Wallin. Then we have that fantasy fight with Ngannou, just because of how Ngannou made Fury look. Sorry, how Fury made Ngannou look. But then guess what? When we talk about the rebuild and trying to get back the confidence, we're not getting the same piece. We're not on the same road that Lennox once faced. He has different issues. He knows that I've made the mistakes that he's made before, they're prevalent in his mind. There's not, I've taken my eye off the ball or this, that, and the other in Lennox. This is someone that got beat by the better man and had to rebuild, went on tour to find different trainers, went on tour to find different trainers, different people. 1 second. We'll pause that for books. 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
So the point I'm making is the journey that AJ is going on is completely different to Lennox, but then I really want to hone in on the AJ element, because while I respect, I'm like you, I don't think fighters lose a fight and they should retire. I do not believe that. But I'm talking about
that.
No, but I'm just saying AJ though. I'm literally saying on this AJ moment, brother, the goal is this, yeah? And I now, where I'm sitting right now, I'm like, AJ, these are things that you should know about the game, and those things that worried me that I didn't like. The lack of preparation. We can all say now, why the hell did he get there so late? That doesn't, for me, that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense. The fact of the matter is, even when we've gone around the houses to find the best training, yes, we ended up with Ben Davison, and now I'm hearing, obviously hindsight 2020, but all these people coming out saying, well, Ben Davison, this and what Ben Davison showed in there, what to me in this moment right now with this past knowledge is, well, why did you roll the dice at that moment? You could have said, oh, my fight didn't have enough, but it's like AJ was trying to recover, and you kind of wanted him to get back to his stool again before we throw everything at it. And so now it's like we've gone around the houses, we've spoke to the most experienced people, we've come in late, we've underestimated this opponent. I don't feel like these are good mistakes to be making at this point, when he was almost a divot in the road for the greatness. He was almost all roads lead back to Usyk, all roads lead back to him, and we're dropping here. So I'm like, bro, in the game of boxing, what a night. You've achieved it, brother. Now be in your promoter bag. You're involved in boxing. You've done everything. No one can now say AJ.
I disagree.
No one can say AJ had a good career.
I disagree. I think this is a small take. And also, it doesn't even like take in the fact that fighters are not normal people anyway.
I heard that.
Embarking on a career as a fighter is not a normal life choice.
Yes.
So you lose and quit. No, bro. The money in the bank don't matter if you're in this thing for other reasons. And what AJ is clearly showing at this stage of his career, he's in it for these reasons right here in that ring. Yeah? Because he doesn't have to fight. Money-wise, he's nice. He's not holding out for the payday. I mean, clearly that money is a nice touch, but he wants to avenge, and he wants to end up at the top of the pile or as close to as best he can. That's what he's on right now. And the fact that he didn't even allow himself to just accept a KO or, you know what I mean, or quit
fantastic.
or try and find a way out. Straight soldier settings. So I'm looking at this, I'm thinking to myself, bro, this type of fight for me doesn't require the surgical analysis that we would have given to Usyk 1, for example, or Usyk 2, because this fight is always going to be a pick'em. You have two guys, 166, the other 165, 252 and 247 on the scales. They're coming in to knock each other out. Every single time these men fight each other, it's going to be a 50-50 slide again. So for me...
Oh, you still think it's 50-50 after what we saw?
I don't underestimate... Look, remember that time when Lee Wood and my man, when Lee Wood lost and he went down and we were just like, right, why call it? Not Patrol.
Wait, what am I thinking about? Lee Wood and
Mike,
fight.
Mick Conlon.
Sorry, my bad. Sorry.
Yeah? The first one. Yeah? When he got him... And we was all like, nah, bro, you got to let the man recover. He's showing he can recover. And he threw the towel in and got him out of there. Came back. And it was just smooth, nice work. I don't think Ben Davison is a bad trainer. The call is going to be questionable either way you look at it. But at the same time, you look at the fight and what's going on. Guy's going down every single round. He's just about making it through the rounds. It's the knockout looks like it's coming. So on one hand, I understand the roll the dice thing, where it's just like, bro, you are getting battered.
Yeah,
at least no. Just hear me out.
Yeah,
go out tired. Throw something and see if something works. Because what we're seeing here, you're not even in a space to follow instruction because you're not listening to me round after round. People are hyper focusing on the roll of the dice. Ben was chatting to him before, and it was just getting air. So at this point, we're like, all right, I'm going to give you a combination. You seem to be coherent at this point. Let's see what happens if it lands. I think I can see a way that might be able to land from here. Let's see if it works. Goes in, has a bit of success, gets too excited, and then loses the fight. But when you're talking to a fighter that's clearly... Bro, and the thing about AJ, the tells of AJ when he's rattled.
Tongue out.
The show
Yeah.
His head's gone. That's AJ fighting in a rave, AJ.
Yeah.
Now I can see what he'd look like scrapping in the club.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you pissed him off. You've done a madness. 10 of you are there. He's coming though, but it's going to look like that.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is they're talking to him. They know the fighter at this point. They know what's going on. So let's just roll the dice. Because you might be able to turn it around on just raw natural madness.
But you know what though? On that, and that's good. I like that you said that they know him and stuff because they were, for them, they got into uncharted waters. As in, they don't really like why they say they could not, because sometimes you'll be like, if you know the fighter enough, you might not even give him that advice. Because you see, AJ's like, one thing he's got is durability. I know people say he takes long to recover, but going through what he went through says a lot about the kind of fighter he is. Yeah,
5 rounds wobbly against the
wobbly, exactly. So then that says to me, well, if it's not saying like, was it McCracken that was his trainer before? He might say, let's keep going. Let's get to a recovery. I can see you recovering. Now, the fight takes, because as you were saying, the longer this goes on, the worse this can be for Dubois. And I felt that way. But again, we're in a privileged position because we'll never know and we'll never see. You know what I mean? That's the one part of it. But then when you're hearing, you've heard Don Charles come out. You've heard all these boxers. You've seen people even on comms saying, ooh, and throwing the same punch over and over again it's stupid.
That speaks to what Ben Davison is dealing with in there. He knows. Yes. I know you're not doing what I'm telling you to do, bro.
And we have to. I know you said it doesn't need the same surgical analysis, and I'm with you on some of it. But then the problem is like, I have my problems, and if you could help me understand the problems, then I'll probably say, yeah, you know what, all is well, let's move into this thing. But it's like someone that gets fired a lot, and you're like, well, what are we getting fired for similar reasons? Why do we end up like this? Why are we having moments? Because some people can say that wasn't the right AJ. When AJ came in, he stood there looking stoic, trying to take in the atmosphere. Well, AJ, talk to me about the moments of whose decision was it that we arrived when we did, and you couldn't soak up the atmosphere, and you tried to rush to soak up the atmosphere. Like, they quickly had to tie your gloves. You couldn't be, it's almost like, to use football terms, a sub that's come into a game and you haven't recognized the speed of it. You haven't recognized how quick everyone is moving here. And then guess what? And you, in that first round, you're soaking in atmosphere, but he's not soaking in atmosphere. He is the atmosphere. As we said before, he walked in. There was two different. We can replay and now really assess it. The way Dubois walks into that ring, and Joey says, I got a bad feeling about this. And that's the Dubois entrance, I swear. Was it on the Dubois?
The awkward hand gestures. He was on it, bro.
He was on it. He had the Tyson thing, and that was someone who was not normally locked in, extremely locked in. And he was comfortable. That was one of the most scariest sights. He had his last song, what's it, General? You know that General, I don't want to be a general. No, bro. Dude, and what was crazy is he came out first. The champion came out first. So I don't even, brother,
that's not a hard negotiation. That's not a hard negotiation.
I hear it.
You're email champ at the moment, so that man could be like, come on, bro. You're not top billing tonight. They can do that. It's been done before. But even that's not even uber important.
Doesn't that bother you though, that the fact that they got there so late? That's what I want to just hone in on. Like that
100%, bro. I think I might have said it on the stream when I was like, why is he only getting there now? But what I thought was going to happen is they're going to make Dubois wait. Because there's no way they're going to, remember what I was saying? They're going to make him wait. I remember
you saying that. Yeah, they're going to make him wait because he just got, you're like, this is...
Yeah, because I'm thinking, this is mind games. Make him wait, because that's what I would do. If I know you're in the ring and we're outdoors, I'm going to let you get cold, dog. I'm going to be in my room enjoying. You're going to feel every part of the fact that you're the B-side tonight. Bro, I couldn't believe it. Gallagher was on stage. He's arrived. Dubois in the ring. Out comes AJ, marching to the ring. I'm thinking to myself, oh, so you don't want to play any chess? No chess today. Because you already know how I'm going to be giving up. This interest, and then even when I do finally arrive, it's going to be the longest delay. Slow, I'm going to be standing there, taking in the atmosphere, while you're there jumping up and down to try and keep warm. I'm going to have you stressed, bro. That's why I'm just looking, I'm thinking to myself, why are you not playing to any of your advantages in there? Like, stop, like, you played this thing too open, like it.
So we have that calamity, and then we have, and this, what's hard for me, and this is why I'm saying what I'm saying, the hands down. I don't know where they do that. Honestly, I don't know where they do that. I don't know where they do that.
Yeah, this is what frustrates me, yeah? Because everything about the performance was just lethargic, bro. And, you know, people always have this blasphemy that you mentioned Lennox and say anything like that, but take time to go and look at Lewis Ruckman 1, right? And you'll see similar vibes entirely, bro. Because Lennox is there, but you can see that the fighter that we know and love is not present. Yeah. At this particular point, he is in there on some, what is going on, bro? Like, there's no, it's like you're just not really too fussed about being here today. You're doing enough to get through the vibes, and you still look like Lennox, but it wasn't Lennox. And the feeling was very similar to how I felt watching this one, bro.
I heard Lennox was on an exercise bike trying to like get his weight down or something before, before the fight, he was trying to get fit. Yeah. That guy, you know when you know you're gonna fail an exam. You know what I'm talking about. You know when all the men them come together and show their notes and stuff. And brother, you man are failing. You man are doing.
And they got 4 pages, front and back, and you're there with the half page from what you just wrote on the way here.
Brother, I'm telling you right now, and your ego will tell you, I'm not going to fail this one. And I understand it, because it's like, but guess what? Them man that go in there with that level, you man are here on joke things. I didn't believe the way AJ was moving. I didn't believe these men failed to prepare or they failed to be ready. Danny was blessed enough to be in Don Charles' gym, and he said, brother, the preparation there, I've seen some things. Remember, that's when he came back and he was like, I'm seeing stuff. It's like, what are you catching? And was like, good luck. When he said he's trying to catch punches and this, that, and the other, he was like, good luck. Let's see what he can do. brother. What the hell was going on in that gym? Because if you tell me they half-assed it, that's scary.
We didn't see any of this catching punches stuff.
No. He did it. He went to throw punches. He wasn't catching anything.
You got to look at how the fight went, though. The fight went very, very much straight down the one particular lane, fam. Like, literally, it was, I've caught you, I've hurt you, and I'm rushing you every round now. I'm rushing you every round, and I'm just trying to land. There was no actually much for Dubois to deal with after that first round. Do you understand? So when I'm saying, look, you had a great night, man. Everything
went your way. Like? What is the rematch?
Way. I look at the rematch. Let's look at how AJ shows up for rematches.
Yeah,
he shows up ready.
We saw a better AJ in the Usyk 2.
We saw a better AJ in Usyk 2.
Not good enough.
It wasn't good enough. Do you know what I mean? You're in there with a guy that, you know, his engine is just incredibly better than yours. But I don't lose sight of the fact that, you know, like people saying, going into round 10, he was up on the cards. That's not easy to be in a position like that against Usyk. Now, I'm not about to start, you know, he was the best second place ever. He still lost. Yeah. But what I'm saying is he was a much better version of himself going into that second fight.
And then the Ruiz one, while I feel like we got some level of corrupted data in terms of, because AJ was better version of himself. He exercised the demons and came out there and done his thing. You know, and I always have credit for a fight that's been down and has to go through that again. JL Pattaya comes to my mind with a broken jaw against Breeders. He knows what happened. He's aware of that. So the fight was like that, but he still went through and did his job. The problem is the version of Ruiz was, I spent all my money and I haven't lived the life. And what I was asking for was AJ. Remember, he kept saying, AJ, come to me. Come to me, because I can't get to you. Ring's big, this, that, and the other. I haven't been professional enough. The one thing for sure is what we do know is that guy over there will be professional. That Dubois' family is not going to let him rest on his laurels, and he doesn't even feel like the personality type that's going to go crazy. Where's he going to go? You know what I mean? What's he going to do? You know what I mean? Like, let's go now. Like, if he's training, let's go now, bang the table. So he's still going to get, he's not going to get like what we saw from Ruiz. We're probably going to get a upgraded version of Dubois. We have to prepare for an even better version than we saw last time. Yeah.
And the thing is, they do have to prepare for it, because all things considered, they didn't see AJ in that fight.
Yeah.
They didn't. They came out, AJ was on his low hand nonsense that we ain't seen from him in a long time.
Yes.
He just threw back to that style, got clipped, didn't recover, and it was just gung-ho settings for the rest of the way. So for me, if you don't come out and have that same level of success early on, and AJ starts to land those shots that he was starting to get into a position to land, the fight can have a completely different look and feel, which is why I say it's 50-50.
Do you take the difference of AJ now having to walk in first officially and walk in first to the person that beat him and all that stuff? Like, is that any? I think when AJ lost to Ruiz, in his head he was like, I know you're not better than me. I feel it's that one.
But Usyk was different. Usyk was handily beaten.
That's true.
He's been through that already. So
no, but there's a little piece of the little tell that I got with the Usyk one though was, it's kind of like almost in the FIFA thing when you're playing FIFA with your friend, right? Where it's like, he's like, I know you're not better. You know, you can play something. I know you're not better than me. And then after, he still has that in his mind. And then what the tell was for me from AJ was, how did you beat me? I'm like, remember, at the end, he's like, I'm heavy. Like, he's breaking it down. Like, I don't understand. AJ couldn't even understand how Usyk beat him. He's still baffled by it. He's asking Usyk, like, how though? This shouldn't happen. So in his head, I don't believe AJ at any point this guy's really better than me, especially not with Ruiz. Now, the only difficulty is...
We take that conversation differently, though, than how it was intended. Because when they're chatting, we're chatting, and Usyk is saying to him, you're a great champion. You're a great champion. You're big. You're strong.
Yeah.
He's complimenting him. He's saying, but how did you beat me? Skill. Yeah. It wasn't to do with strength. I'm strong. but you got skill. So that conversation is the translation is not hitting the way it's supposed to hit. But he's saying to him, don't compliment me on my strength, bro. How did you beat me? You didn't beat me on strength. You beat me on skill. So I'm acknowledging your skill negated my strength.
Yeah.
But in the height of concussion, and I've just had a fight for 12 rounds, how did you beat me? Yeah? Skill. Yeah? And because I got strength, I'm strong. That's what that conversation is.
I just hate that AJ asks him. I hate the fact that I always go back to in the ring mentality or in the ring questions that he has that bother me a little bit. They're little, like, you know, when you talk about that sonar, that, you know, little things that go off in your mind. You're like, no, I don't like that. Like, he walks in and says, how should I beat him? On the way to the ring, AJ. You know what I'm saying? It's like, or little things go off for me. And I'm like, if we're doing this stuff, it bothers me about you. It just bothers me. And I'm like, your mentality, because we asked about Dubois' mentality, and we said these guys have both had mental setbacks on their rise. Can he exercise those demons? And he has done. AJ has been brilliant. I have to always preface and say, AJ has been brilliant for the sport of boxing. I just need him to be in the right frame of mind. So even when he was doing his videos, that video that he did, you know, said, and it sounded kind of motivational, it sounded kind of TED Talkish. He's like, yeah, we didn't do it, and this, that, and the other. I just hope he believes everything he's saying.
I think this fight was a case of where the underestimating come from is that it felt like big bro versus little bro. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, we're older siblings. We know what that dynamic is like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We're in our mind, it's hair. Like that, I'm above, bro. I've always been above, bro. So when you're sparring and you're coming into the gym as some young teenager and, you know what I mean? You might have a good moment here or there, but by and large, I'm tucking you in all the time. Do you know what I mean? You don't really respect that them men are really stepping into their prime in adulthood, bro. My little brother, yeah? 8 years between us, yeah? He's solid now in the gym, bro. He's a problem, fam. We sparred one time, and at one time he caught me on the shot, boom, and I was just like, landed the shot, and I was thinking to myself, it's either I fight serious with everything, or I leave this alone because I can't be in there with you. In my mind, I can mess around and just I should be able to just manage. No, bro, this needs all of me to get through this one.
I'm with you, yeah, but guess what? The difference is, you see in your head when you look at your little bro, yeah. He's still smaller. He's still shorter than you. So there's that in your mind. You see when little bro, like my little bro, is taller than me, yeah? And he's heavy, yeah? I know if I push my little brother, I've asked for war. Because I've said I know what he looks like.
It's a fight.
It's a fight. I said, he's little bro by age and name only. But in size right now, this guy's he's a chip off the old block, bro. So now, guess what? It's a long night. And I'm not going to take this guy. Yes, I've got the mental edge. All I have over him now is mental edge that I should try and use in the ring. And I saw AJ. That was the problem. AJ understood he needed to sun little bro. He needed to have a mental edge of little bro. But then in the first round, you give little bro the ring? You give in the middle of the ring and say it's your party? Bro, you've done everything. You told him I'm going to smash him over across the face with it. You've done everything good to this moment. Only at this part, the juncture of fighting, you say, how much of the ring do you want? Huh? Are you telling me the truth right now?
Well, the only thing I can say in this thing, and the reason why I say it's not over, is that this can happen to anybody in boxing. Because it's a human experience. It's a human experience to underestimate. Do you know what I mean? Not that I'm giving an excuse or a leeway for it, because it's unacceptable at this level, bro. But at the same time, it's a human experience. And we'll know that it was that when the rematch looks completely different. But if it comes out and it's the same again, then we have to have some really ugly conversations with ourselves.
I like the ugly conversation now. I think it's like, I respect it. I can understand why you are where you are. I like the ugly conversation now because there's little things that I shouldn't be seeing that I saw. That I don't.
Tell me something then. AJ wins the fight, the rematch. What happens to your takes today?
AJ, I was wrong. Just like when I said Dubois gonna win, AJ's gonna beat Dubois in 3 rounds. And then first round, I quickly learned something. And you say, get off me? Look, this is what happens. Hold on.
I'm gonna text Wale right now and tell him to delete this.
Let's move.
You know what? Yeah. You know what I think.
We're moving on. Bro, you gotta go pick up your little one, fam. Wait. Family business. We gotta talk about it. So we're on to the Dubois family. Dubois family. Yeah.
The Dubois family is getting more and more interesting by the day. I think the Dubois family are trying to spar with the Eubank family for drama.
It's the dads though.
The
dads are interesting, but it's crazy because we don't know Dubois' dad for in-ring activity and being that guy or getting to the top, but he's giving me
Joe Jackson.
I was gonna say Joe Jackson, but I don't know about, like, I'm not saying I know what going on in the house, but he just feels he's got Joe Jackson level of control. I don't know, but obviously Joe Jackson beat the kids. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not putting that allegation on them, man. But it's feeling Joe Jackson-ish.
Yeah, word.
It's feeling controlling. Everybody is doing this. And it beat to something on my drum. I don't know the actual phrases.
You moved to the rhythm of
yes.
You man moved to the rhythm of my drum.
His drum. Everyone forget what you're saying. Even another guy, the guy in Venus and Serena's dad. You know, to use a better term, King Richard. It's giving King Richard as well. You know, don't ask my child about that. I think they're gonna do it. It feels this way. Now, the only way where it kind of is interesting is the rebellion of Caroline. Caroline.
Caroline has stepped out the fold.
What's happened?
Because obviously, when we're seeing Dubois and his relationship with his dad, immediately we see uber reliance.
Yeah.
Like, yo, he's there in his corner, but he's listening to his dad ringside, fam. Like, what's going on? As we're seeing this play out, we're starting to realize the reliance is very intense between you guys. And, you know, there's conversations about Dubois' mental kind of space. Do you know what I mean?
Potentially being on the spectrum. Like, I don't even there's nothing wrong with being able to say, like, it's okay, people on the spectrum, like, it's fine.
It's true, yeah, it's true.
I'm saying.
It's true. So with that, it looks as if there is like a coping mechanism which is kind of playing out in the reliance on his dad.
Yeah.
So the element of control seems quite loud. Then you see there's a lot of siblings. There's 11 kids in total, I learned, in that Caroline Dubois interview. Yeah, 7 from the same mom.
Okay,
7 from that section, you know what I mean, that pocket.
Okay, yeah, cool. Right.
So Caroline Dubois kind of recently just like, you know, I think it was the Dubois interview that revealed that they're not speaking presently. Caroline and dad are not speaking. And this is based on the fact that apparently dad's saying, I don't like women's boxing. I don't think women should be, I don't know about women's boxing. That's the statement, that's the vibe, right? So she's come out and said, that's crap. That's absolute nonsense. You've been with me, my career. I started boxing at 9. And it's only now, it's
after I do Team GB and everything. Come on, man. This is not after Team GB, bro.
Stop this. Do you know what I mean? Stop this. So you're looking at it now and you're like, okay, cool. Well, something's going on. And the fact is, whatever it is playing out in the fact that you don't like how she's taken on her career. Because there's a lot of things that happen in the background, right? Shane McGuigan was training Dubois.
That is interesting.
Caroline's with Shane. Now Dubois is elsewhere. Caroline stays with Shane.
And let's dig deeper. Let's dig deeper a little bit. When we leave Shane, remember when Dubois leaves Shane, as in Daniel, there's no plan of where he's going at the sounds, because how Don Charles tells his intro to the story, it sounds very Daniel Dubois was in no man's land.
They were looking for a trainer.
Do you know how mad that is? Because if you're the main guy, you looking for a trainer, the fact that he lets go, your trainer lets go. Because how is this thing happen? Like anyone walking away from someone that, because Frank Warren told us from back a day, he said, this guy is the guy. Now, I'm sure that he knew what he's walking away from, but something in him said, something in him either chose Caroline because he either thought there was more fight in Caroline, because we always used to say Caroline is the better of the Dubois because she fights with spite, she's on the front foot and she's ready, she's game. She's never shown a step, and she can box.
Yeah.
And this is when we were still judging, maybe you can now say judging Dubois unfairly, because he said obviously then taking the knee, giving up, and the moments of him not showing that push on stage. So maybe he stepped out because of that. But if you've seen this fighter in the gym and you know him, you're not walking away from a prized asset like that.
Yeah, that's real.
So then you have to ask, what's the family dynamic that was at play for you to say, see you later, we're going this way? Yep, you're going to take Daniel from me? Because I imagine the dad said, if you want to carry on training, it's either pick. I bet the dad gave him that choice. And he said, well, I'm going that way anyway.
That's right. And I look at it and I'm like, okay, cool. So let's speculate on a deep dive thing, how we think this may have played out. Because it sounds to me that the ultimatum may have been pushed to Caroline. Because Dubois is going where the dad goes.
Yeah.
So that would mean it's a case of, we're out. You're coming with us or you're not.
No. I think you're off. Because Caroline, if the dad is how I imagine, if you're giving Joe Jackson King Richard, it's my way, and he doesn't see her as an adversary. So the only power that he has is to play against the trainer, to say, look, she's doing a madness and I don't agree with her. So right now, I'm talking to you. Either you train Daniel, or you move with Caroline. Because Caroline, I'm not listening to Caroline anymore. I can't imagine him validating her and her power. And that's probably why she's left anyway, because he ain't listening to her in the first place. Because what's the issue? These two have the issue. And she's saying, well, Dad, I want to do this my way. He's saying, well, my way doesn't exist with us. You don't get this wicked trainer. You don't get this wicked trainer that your brother has. We're getting this way. And now something's happened in that decision.
And now we see the link between him and Eubank Sr. Because the same conversation with Eubank Sr. and Jr. is what was had. And this one was out the horse's mouth. You know, he's saying he wants to manage himself, and I can be in the team and have a role in the team, but he's going to be head. He's saying, I'm not accepting any demotion. He's like, bro, I am not going to be anything other than the leader of this thing, because you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me. It was even more toxic. Now,
well, we don't know. Don't say it's even more toxic.
No, that's what Eubank. Oh, we don't know what's going on over there. Yeah.
There you go.
Well,
you're in the right place. You're in the right realm. You're in the right realm.
Eubank Senior put the venom on the bullet. He said, "Yeah, you're not even gonna be a world champ. You're not gonna do it without me." That's how clear he was.
Yes.
Now, we don't know the full details of what's going on over there, but what we do know is that in both cases, it's extremely sad to see play out. Because when I'm hearing her talk in the interview, that's not somebody who's gloating and wants to shoot back and have this conversation. There's pain under there. You understand me? And where it's nuts is, obviously, we've both got little girls. That daddy-daughter connection, it's different. It's always different. My little girl can't. Bro, there's been times where, but actually, it's not even been a thing where I'm like, oh, I'm not even this tight right now. She's like, oh, there's this class that I want to go to. It's going to help me. I'm like, let's get it.
She's going.
She's going. Of course you're going. What do you mean? Yeah. I'll deal with this later.
Yes.
But so to see that a dad and daughter can be in a space like that, and it's like, I know there's pain in there.
Let's go back to the sense of control, right? In the lead up to the fight, Spencer, and I believe Spencer. I won't lie to you. I believe some of the stuff Spencer's saying, He said, Dad doesn't like Don Charles. Dad wants someone else. Yeah? Bro. And they brought in someone else. They brought someone to support. I can't remember who they
was there on some close fighting.
Some close fighting. And I goes, that's interesting. So I said, look at the dad's level of control. That even at this moment, at this grand moment of this whole thing, that can say, hey, at the biggest part, we might change this. And Spencer's come out and say he wants to get rid of him. Only to, obviously, it's all played out now. It's between, but then the dad must have felt some level of a wave. The dad says, you're not training thing no more. And the dad said, you are not training my son anymore. And we had to go and find a trainer. So it's not premeditated decision. Do you know how mad that is? So he says, so who's going to train him? Wait, we just walked away from my man and we're in no man's land. That lets me know your level of control and it's my way or we'll see what happens. Excuse me?
Yeah, because there's no thought out plan. We just stormed out of that gym and now we're phoning people in the car.
That's the mentality of the guy. Yeah.
What can you do?
I know Don Charles.
Why not go with Don Charles? And that's how he gets the role.
Have you got this person? Can you give me this? Can you give me that number? Can you give me this number?
Hey. Them man are little pussies. You know what I mean?
There's a trainer, goes by the name. Yeah, you know Spencer's gonna call someone a little pussy before.
Yes. I know you don't even want to use them little pussies. You know what I mean? Listen, yeah. And Don Charles is in the mix. But
I know he's gonna drop an African bubble line as well. Listen, I know one African.
one little Yamed. Listen, anyway, I'm joking, little pussy. Yeah. in one phone call combo. Maybe I'd be cool pussy.
Shut up. Hey, shout out the knowledge every single time. And still finish with, that's where you should go. Still finish with important information as well.
And Lily's gonna do it, bro. So,
man. But anyway, finish up on that one.
We look at the relationship, and realistically, there's a question mark on the depth right now, and we will see how this plays out down the line. Because the thing about she moved out, and another detail to this, she's moved out, and a couple of the other siblings moved out with her.
Oh.
So that suggests turbulence.
Oh, there's turbulence. I don't think that goes to her fights. Right. Is Daniel present when she fights? Is he always in attendance?
I don't know.
That'll be something I'll be looking out for. Because I feel like he would listen to wherever the dad tells him to go. But I don't know. Now Daniel's a champion and he's a new man. Who knows what kind of guy he's going to be? What his step out looks like. You know, his lease of life into the whole game. Will he still be quite sheltered, or is he still going to just follow dad's instruction?
I think he's going to be on a following dad thing, but we're curious to see how this plays out because he's 26. And we'll see, man. We'll see.
We'll keep an eye on it. That's for sure. We'll keep an eye on it. All right, let's move on, though. Are we good with time, Trav?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Wicked. He's done it again. This guy has done it. Ben Shalom. That's a sign. That's a sign. He said, I'm moving in silently. He told us, I'm moving silently. Yeah?
Yeah. We're starting to get a good understanding of Ben's character still.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's one of them dudes where if you put him into social media settings, he's not going to tweet on the timeline. He's in the DMs though.
Hey, but you know, he's still sending the audio DM. What's the audio DM saying? Hey, what's the
voice note? What's the voice note?
You know,
Hello, mate. Yeah. Wait, is this on? Hello? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, hello, mate.
Bad start. Out the gate, horrible start. Out the gate.
You wasted 9 seconds already, bro.
And the first thing, the first part of the voice note is it's the recording, but it's the next one. That one just stops. Yeah. But man's kept the mistake.
He didn't unsend it.
No. Carry on. Wait. So God, invite you to boxer, bro.
And then halfway through, he forgets that it's a voice note and not a vocal. It's just like, yeah. So Anthony, hello. Sorry, mate. What to say? When you get this,
boxer.
When you get this, you and Sunday, yeah, come down. Let's have a chat, mate. It's just so many stumbles.
But in the stumbles, bro, he's doing good business, bro.
He's getting there, though. He's getting there.
This is what I'm saying.
Yard's like, hey, Todd, got this thing from Ben. Yard's like, tell Ben. It's what I told you, Ed. Tell Ben to DM me.
Because no one's getting the DMs. Lie to the camp.
And it's the slowest chain of communication.
That's probably why it's taking so long to do the deal, bro. Bro.
Listen. And it's one of those where Ben's gone around to get his email, yeah, on some backdoor thing. Sends him email. He replies and said, don't email me on my personal email. Email me on Stamina for Sale.
Because business is going to be business.
How can you email me direct? That's crazy, Spencer.
We're taking the piss. No, this is a big deal. Let's get to the shits. Let's get to the shits, bro.
No, but
what is he doing? Signing everyone.
I'm happy to see Yard back in the mix.
Oh, absolutely.
The hold up with Frank was ugly. It didn't like that. Do you know what I mean? It felt shady. I
felt like the fumble of the year.
Yeah, but I feel like there's details behind them. The thing that will explain this, because when a good relationship like that goes bad out of nowhere, I'm never just going to look at the obvious culprits where people try and paint Tunde to be the problem and think, yeah, that has to be it. You've been good for so long, all of a sudden it goes bad, and now we trust promoters. I'd like to hear the details. Now,
Trav, do you know what's so funny? Yeah, at that fight, at the AJ fight, I'm seeing Ben, and he's got a spring in his step, bro. And he goes, I've got the announcement. I've got something coming. Yeah. He's excited, though. And I don't want to ask. But I'm thinking, I wonder what that is. I wonder what's going on. Only to realize he's gone and signed Anthony Yard. Now, when these Infinity Stones he's collecting is very, bro, he has Ben Whittaker, Josh Boatsy, Dan Aziz. Who else is signed to? Who else has he got? I feel like he's just sweeping up the light heavies. Like, even now, if they decide, because he keeps, I don't like, Eddie Hearn's been moving mad with this man a few times. Eddie Hearn tried to stick it on him. But the pieces that he has in his stable right now are really good names to rival a Matchroom. Like, we have to now, we now have to see him as while he keeps trying to act as if he's not like a wolf in sheep's clothing, bro, he's now arrived with a solid stable, fam.
And the thing is, Hearn has set his sights so high, he's kind of left the other categories. He's left his team quite thin. No. Sorry, he's left his team very thin.
Yes,
that Matchroom team, because that washing from Frank Warren was bad. Right?
It's a bad day out.
If he goes up against Ben and doesn't come out on top, and it's very possible that that's the case, brother, we have to have different conversations about the best promoter in the UK, fam.
Brother, listen, not just we have to have a conversation. We are stepping into the realm or what's happened right now. The conversation's been won. Frank is sitting on an island by himself right now. Yeah. And you know how his things have aged so gracefully. Man told everybody, the bar beats AJ. Remember the time he used to say, he was telling us to Barbies, AJ, and we were looking at him like,
I used to get wound up. I used to get wound up by that talk.
I'm telling you, the Barbies, AJ. Yeah, so he said that for time. Then the next thing he said is they done the 5v5, 5-0. Yeah? Quick. Brr, 10 after. So now, when we look at Matchroom, what do we have over there? Because now the way you rate Yard, yeah, who in Matchroom is beating Yard?
It's not really one of them ones still. Craig is the only difficult fight. Their roster is really not good right now.
Brother!
But even in upper weight classes, because obviously AJ is not going to be in these conversations where Matchroom's concerned.
Never.
We're talking what?
He ain't in no 5v5.
It's what you saying? Dalton Smith is the.
All we got is Dalton. All I got is Dalton, fam.
Hold on a second. Let's look at the roster.
Brother, all I've got is Dalton.
Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor.
Katie Taylor. Caroline's giving her that work. I swear she signed to boxer.
Hold on. All right, let me.
Caroline's giving her that work.
All right, hold on a second. Let me just get the roster in front of me, man, because with me, man.
It's nasty work, bro. Even if you bring that Dillian.
All right, okay, cool. So you got Shakur Stevenson. All right. So let's focus on the UK side, yeah?
Carry on.
So we're gonna do UK.
Go on.
Are we doing UK?
We do whatever we need to do. Let's make 5 fights.
Bloody hell, man.
Dalton versus who's the one they want? Dalton versus
Azim.
Azim, yep.
Yeah.
Matting.
Callum Smith is obviously still written there, but he's obviously not active.
And
Chevron Clark. Don't sleep on my man.
Chev versus brother. What's his name, man? No, not Riakpo. Chev versus he wants to fight. Him and his dad have a podcast. They're wicked, man.
Vidal. Yeah, that's a good one.
Crazy.
Campbell Hatton.
Get that out here.
He ain't something out there.
Get out
Ben on the return. Hey, Deontay Wilder's still on the website. That's crazy. If that paperwork might have got a bit weird.
And remember, you still got the guy that was the heavyweight that was doing that matching that they got over there. The one that showed up in LA. No, Bacoli's. Still got Bacoli.
That's a problem.
Bacoli's a long night. Yard is a long night.
Yeah, I'm looking at but even just looking at the roster and looking for stars, it's techie, fam.
Brother, it's long.
Because you're gonna wheel out a Joe Cordina and
it's long
and stuff like this, and I'm like,
it's long. Listen to what's happened. I think he's taking his eye off the ball.
They need to update their roster though, because they still got Boatsy on here, which is just insane. So this is
brother. That's what I say. Taking it out the ball. Listen, the way my man's moving. Let's have it right. Yeah, there's one guy that's saying, I think someone's come in the game hungry, and what you're seeing from Ben Shalom and their team is they're in the game. Like the old version of Eddie Hearn never leaves Yard on the substitution bench as long as he was.
Because of friendship.
But friendship. You man are just stuck holding hands in that. So you've taken your eye off it a little bit. You've become too nice and playful, fam. This is still shark-infested waters. And guess what? That little shark there is getting big. You see the baby shark? It's growing.
Not just that, yeah. You got the baby shark and the big shark that you've been fighting with for years. Brother, you're not fit for a 2-on-1 right now. You can't manage a 2-on-1.
At all.
You're gonna have to side with the machine. Like on the grand scheme of boxing right now, you're in the UK. Francis America. And you're staying close by on something. Hey, I think they're coming to get us. What are you gonna do?
Nah, message to Eddie, because I'm telling you, and that's why whenever we see Ben, yeah, I keep telling him, bro, poke the bear, fam. Poke. What you got to lose? What you have to lose? Right now, yeah, your position, nice. Your team, it looks nice, bro. I be poking. What you saying? I felt like banging him in the face. So he said, remember, he said, I felt like giving him one. He shit himself. Brother, you ain't got no reason to feel that way. For me, anyway.
Yeah, 100%. But what's mad is you can tell that Eddie feels the poke. Pause.
Yeah.
Because he's reacting. with energy.
Yes. You wouldn't hear him back before.
It's not a side swipe thing. Like, you're not levels. It's very much, what? Come on, let's sign the fight then. Sign the fight then. I know you don't want to make that. Like, but realistically, on the 5v5, it could become nasty work.
Caroline's mashing that work. I tell you that. But Coley is winning his fight. I know how you feel about Yard. I'm not even bringing Boatsy or Whitaker and them, man. Yard is going to win his fight. Yard wants to be out there in a 5v5 to take him to Riyadh anyway. So he's finally getting that. He's finally getting that 5v5 money.
Yard, Whitaker, and Boatsy on the same side is very nuts.
Did you forget Dan Aziz?
They've literally got
everyone. So even when they want to do things and say, "Oh, I need a light heavy," you have to call me. I have them. Oh, you need a light heavy. I've got a few. I've got the number one. I've got the one that should be fighting for a title in Boatsy right now. I have him. I have the one that you could want after. I have the other one you could want after. I have them. Who do you want? Oh, you wanna do a big fight with a woman? I got Caroline Dubois. How do you feel about that?
And the Eubank situation, in terms of Eubank and Ben Whitaker, I don't know why that talk feels like it can work. I don't know why that looks like it can happen.
It's not happening. Let go, bro.
Okay, cool.
Let's move. Let's move on.
Hey, you know what? No. Let's do a special video on this one.
Okay.
For the next one, we'll do a separate video for the.
Perfect. Yeah. All right. Listen, people. You got another video that we're just gonna drop.
Yeah, that's
for you guys. Yeah, that's coming this week. But yeah.
Oh, guys, we're out in Saudi. If that wasn't already told. Yeah,
we'll let them know in the next video.
No problem. No problem.
All right. Beautiful work. All right, guys. Listen. Stay blessed. Peace. We are out. Yo, people, thanks for watching the Undefeated podcast. Make sure you
like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and all that good stuff, man. This is the place to be.